Welcome back to Esoteric Om. I hope you are having a good day or a good night wherever you are. So I wanted to share four manifestation techniques, magical techniques that have been paramount in helping me get whatever it is that I want. So they're simple, they're free. You practice them, you'll see the results. And they have just been so valuable. So these are four of the fundamental foundational techniques that I would recommend to anybody just getting started, trying to create their reality out of their belief, out of their imagination, out of their desire, out of their will. So the first one is something that I learned from the Gallery of Magic. And it's similar to an affirmation, but I call it an affirming question. So, many of you are familiar with, the I am manifestation affirmations. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am smart. I am happy. I am fulfilled. I am joyful. And you know that it's important to speak it as if it's happening. It's already happened or it is happening now. If you say, I will be happy, you're putting it in the future, which means that you'll always be at a point where you will be happy, but you won't actually manifest the current state of happiness. So I am manifestations are great. They have their place. And this is just kind of a different perspective. So Damon Brand and the Gallery of Magic, in their book Wealth Magic, which I'll be doing a review of soon, have you go through an exercise where you are asking yourself, how did I become so wealthy? Why am I so wealthy? Without answering the questions. So you're posing it as a question, and it's getting you to obviously, if you're asking the question, why am I so wealthy? It means that you are. And what it will do is get your subconscious mind thinking about it. And it will basically is a very useful way of kind of slipping that in. How did I get so wealthy? Why am I so wealthy? How did I get so confident? Why am I so confident? And not allowing your conscious mind to answer it in the moment kind of allows that program to start and then stay in the background. So highly recommend it. I recommend just doing it throughout the day. And typically what he recommends is to either notice beauty before you do it. Notice something beautiful, sunset, a tree, whatever it is, a person, nature. Notice something that's beautiful or something that gives you pleasure, and then ask it. You can ask it out loud to yourself, and then don't answer it. Don't attempt to answer it. Don't attempt to come up with ways, and just kind of watch that program, that software, start to run in the background of your mind. And I typically would recommend sticking to one thing, one intention at a time, running it for a few weeks, a month, and then noticing your results. But really, notice pleasure, notice beauty, ask yourself, out loud or to yourself, hey, why am I so happy? How did I get so happy? Don't answer it, and then after a little bit of space, of observation, of emptiness, just generate gratitude. So gratitude is like turbo fuel for manifestations, magic. It's just so useful. So there you go. That is number one. Number two, I don't know if you can tell, but I have showered today, is a shower technique. And I kind of briefly mentioned it in my previous video, energetic hygiene, but I'm not quite sure where I learned this one, but whoever you are, thank you. So, we all shower, usually daily, sometimes twice a day, so during that shower, you get in, and you can do this a few different ways. So I usually like to imagine the shower is like a liquid light, liquid glowing light coming from that shower head. And what you want to start to do is think about, generate the feelings, the emotions, the thoughts of all the things that you don't want, all the things that are holding you back, all the things that are obstructing you from being who you want to be, all the things that are stagnant, that are not useful, that are harmful. If it's a scarcity belief, really generate that feeling of scarcity. Imagine, remember times in your life where you felt that. If it's a lack of self-confidence, generate that feeling of unworthiness, generate that feeling of not being enough. The feeling is very important. You can also, mentally note it in your mind. I feel unworthy. But definitely get a few of your senses in there. Bring up that experience that you've had in as many of your senses as possible. And then you can do this a couple ways. I like to imagine that sense of unworthiness or lack or scarcity is like a black grime on me, like a dark grime covering my body. And then that shower, that water, that liquid light is just washing it away. So bring it up, wash it away. You can cycle through it, do a few of them. Maybe it is a fear of losing someone that you love. Okay, generate that fear. Feel it, allow it to come up in your heart, in your mind, in your body. Watch the light, the liquid light, just wash it away. And you can do it for a few of these things. You can kind of go through everything that it is that you don't want, that you're experiencing, or you can pick one main thing. But you're gonna do that. And eventually when you're done cleaning, visualize that liquid light, that cleansing, purifying water, removing all that grime, all that dirtiness, all whatever that is. Just imagine it, just running out the drain, running off of you, disappearing down the drain. And allow yourself to view, yourself now as like a glowing, pulsating, bright white being, pure, innocent, a clean slate. And then generate a little bit of gratitude. We just removed a ton of stuff that is holding you back, that you don't want, that is causing you issues in your life. So generate some gratitude before you get out of the shower, and this kind of sit and observe that. Well, you can stand, but observe that innocent state, that fresh, clean energy. And then outside the shower, the shower curtain is usually closed at this point, so let it be closed. I want you to imagine an astral double. Just imagine yourself standing there like you just got out of the shower. Visualize like a copy of you just standing there. And then start to bring the opposite of what you don't want into your experience as you're standing outside of the shower. So you're imagining yourself in the first person, standing outside the shower. You feel confident, you feel worthy, you feel happy, you feel whole, you feel abundant, you feel prosperous. And build those energy states up now in your mind, in your body, in your emotions. And just go ahead and, for a minute, 2 minutes, imagine that world outside of the shower curtain is a whole new world, a whole new reality, a whole new timeline. And just build it with your senses. What does it taste like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What do you hear? What do you want that ideal reality to be? And when you feel that this state is generated to almost like a peak, where, hey, it's ready to go, I want you to open that shower curtain, step into that double, that astral double, that copy of yourself, and boom, you're hit with the new reality. Imagine that you're in the new reality. You can see it, you can feel it, you can hear it, you can taste it, you can touch it, and just enjoy that. Bring a smile to your face. Let it kind of sink in. Look around, smile. Everything worked out. Everything went your way. Everything's going according to plan. And as that joy and pleasure builds, allow yourself to either naturally or make yourself feel it. Bring gratitude to the surface again. So the joy, the pleasure, the accomplishment, the certainty that everything is working out for you. And then top it off with a little gratitude and go enjoy, your new reality. And if you shower once a day, do it once a day. I mean, you're going to have to shower anyway. And eventually it will take very little mental effort, very little concentration, very little imagination, and boom, you set another ritual. Removing everything you don't want, building what you do want, and stepping into it, appreciating it, feeling gratitude. So that's number 2. The third one is a pretty common one as well. It's a 2-cup technique. It's 2-cup ritual. So you get basically a cup of 2 cups, and you fill one with water. And you basically you set them out in front of you, and you kind of set your intention as you're doing this. Is the first cup, when you're pouring it in, it's your current reality. It's your current situation. It just is reality as you experience it now. So as you're doing that, pour it in there. Now, you can do a couple things from here. Typically, I like to write some words of affirmation on a piece of paper, some kind of either symbols that represent my desired outcome, my desired reality, and place it underneath the water. You can also draw them or write them on a cup if it's plastic with a marker. But basically, you have the cup of water, which is your current situation, which you've charged with your intention. You have the other cup, which is yet empty, that is either has a sigil or a piece of paper underneath it that represents the reality that you want. Or you can draw on the cup. And then what I want you to do is center yourself. Take a deep breath. And I want you to look at the cup that's your current reality and really, really feel it. Really experience it. And then I want you to look at the cup of what you want, your ideal reality. If everything was perfect, if you had everything, you were everything, you embodied who you really want to be. If that was, I want you to look at it and experience that. Use your senses again, use your emotion. And then what I want you to do is take the cup that has, the water from your current situation, and I want you to slowly pour it into the cup that is your ideal situation. And as you pour it, you'll notice that it starts to change. That all those things that you weren't really happy with, that you're experiencing now, that you're frustrated with, as you pour that water into the cup, it will change your thoughts, your feelings, your perceptions. And go ahead and do that until take the cup that was your current reality, put it to the side, focus on that water that is now in the ideal situation. And of course, all the experiments with water where it holds vibration, holds energy, holds intent, holds information, soaking up the ideal reality. And I want you to just pay attention to it for 30, 60 seconds, a couple minutes. And then when you feel again like it's reached this peak state, like it's optimized, that it's complete, take the water in the cup that represents your ideal situation and drink it. And then notice as you drink that water, as you swallow it, how you start to feel an even stronger perception of your ideal reality manifesting right now, taking hold, getting coded in. So that's number 3. So the last one, and this is another one that David Brand, the Gallery of Magic, use often. It's a wonderful technique. I'm sure it is in some other places as well. But this one is basically a thought experiment. So what I like to do is initially, again, feel your current reality. Feel how you feel now. Whatever it is, the things you're unhappy with, the things that you wish could be different. Just notice what feelings that brings, what thoughts are going through your mind. And then I want you, again, picture your ideal reality. Pull it up into your feelings, your emotions, your mind, your senses, experience, but in the first person is this is what I want. And imagine that it's an ideal reality and you want it in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, it'd be amazing if I had the money, the job, the relationship, the personal satisfaction, the body, whatever it is that you want, just the contentment, the peace. Doesn't matter what you want. In 2 weeks, as if it's an event, a certainty that's going to happen. So imagine it, visualize it, feel it, experience it in 2 weeks. Then it's like it's a date with destiny, like to borrow Tony Robbins' phrase, like it's a certainty, like it's in 2 weeks you will get everything that you ever wanted in the perfect way, in just in the perfect order, the perfect experience. So then what I want you to do is, in your mind, I want you to move from the present to looking at that future in 2 weeks, going to that future in 2 weeks. And this is just a simple thought exercise. Your mind goes from here to there, which is now here. Then I want you to experience like it's happening right now. You're getting everything that you want. You feel the way you want, you look the way you want, you have the external circumstances, you have the internal states that you want, you have the relationships, the friends, the family, whatever it is. It's happening now. Boom. Wow. Experience it again. Observe it happening. And gratitude is kind of an underlying consistent in this, but allow yourself to bring up gratitude if it's not already there. Again, wow. Oh my goodness. It's happening right now. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, this is awesome. And then what I want you to do is, after you're done experiencing it, kind of saturating it, letting it completely envelop you. I want you to go 2 weeks from that date. So go another 2 weeks in the future. And then I want you to turn your mind and look back at that moment as if it was in the past, as if it was 2 weeks ago. You got everything that you wanted. Everything happened just the way you wanted it to, perfectly. You have all the external situations, you have all the internal feelings, you have the whatever it is. Wow, 2 weeks ago, oh my goodness, wow, that's amazing. 2 weeks ago this happened. It's just like a perfect orchestra of everything that I could ever desire. So stay in that spot for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, looking back on the past. Hey, wow. Then what I want you to do is, from that point, move a month ahead and stop there in your mind, in your imagination. Look back. Wow. That was a month ago. You can change this. You can go 2 months, 3 months. I want you to do it a few times. So maybe 2 weeks in front of when this event happened, when everything came together for you. And maybe a month, look back, experience it with gratitude. Wow, a month ago. 6 months, pop, go to 6 months in your mind. Time travel there. Look back, wow, 6 months ago. It's pretty far in the past now. Go a year, boom. 2 years, look back. Wow, 2 years ago, I remember that day. Everything happened perfectly. I got everything I could ever wanted. I felt great. It's like the universe aligned perfectly for me. So then jump, a few times. So maybe you jump to 2 weeks, 2 months, a year. Look back. Feel gratitude. Feel joy. Feel whatever it is that this perfect, ideal reality is causing you to feel and experience. And then I want you to come back to where you're at now and notice how you feel. If anything is different, if something's changed, observe it, and then let gratitude rise naturally to the surface and feel grateful for exactly where you are now. And they go into a little bit about the psychology and the reason for this, but there's something so powerful about our minds, and there's something so certain about looking back. How can you go to a moment and look back on this one? And what you're doing is filling out that reality. You're coding that experience, and you're letting your subconscious be influenced in a way, in a direction that you want to go. So those are my 4 fundamental, foundational manifestation magical techniques. They have been instrumental in helping me arrive where I want to be and become who I want to be. So again, we have we went through the thought time travel experiment. We did the cups. You know, we did the 2-cup manifestation. We did the shower experience. Shower. What was the 4th? And I remembered. It was the affirming questions. Asking to yourself, how did I get so wealthy? Why am I so wealthy? The 2 cups. The cup that represents your current situation, and the cup that represents your ideal situation. The shower, cleaning off everything that you don't want, building an astral double, a copy of yourself in the reality that you desire. And the time travel thought experiment. So I hope these 4 techniques help you. Pick one, try it out. Let me know in the comments how they work for you, if you have any good ones that I didn't mention. As always, thank you for joining me. Like, subscribe, share, and wherever you are, you deserve the best. I'll see you soon.